Hello folks. Yeah, so today we are going to start with AWS VPC, and we also covered a lot of AWS related basic topics like what is VPC, what is EC2, how to create VPCs and EC2s. So on our channel you are going to get a lot of information about AWS in and the cloud in general, IAC tools like Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes, and a lot of other stuff. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. So yeah, I'm gonna start with VPC peering. So what is it, why it is needed, what are the alternative, and there's a practical demo at the end as well. So going with the VPC, VPC is a virtual private cloud. Okay, it's logically isolated network in AWS. What does that mean? That means imagine you have a company name XYZ. Okay, that company has a router. So let's consider an on-prem network. In on-prem network, you have a server room, and in server room you have a router. Okay, the router is the boundary of your network. Whatever communication that needs to go outside goes through the router, right? So in this case, VPC is your boundary of your network. It's just a router sitting at the border, and whatever communication you want to make with the world, VPC will be the boundary, the gate. Okay, so with respect to what is VPC, you have to define IP ranges, subnets, routings, and security in VPC. And uh, yes, VPC acts like your own data center in the cloud. So exactly the same thing I was saying, that you have a company or you have a data center, and there's an exit point, and that is VPC. What is VPC peering? So now we talk about VPC. Like you have XYZ company, you have a router, and that is your VPC. The boundary of your network is your VPC. Now, what is VPC peering? VPC peering connects two VPC privately. So, for example, you have XYZ company and there's a ABC company besides you, but they have a different internet. You have a different internet, and you don't want to connect via internet via publicly, but you have some private computers that you want to share within your company and their company. Then what you are going to do is you're going to do VPC pairing. VPC pairing is like going to connect two VPCs privately, two company ABC and XYZ connecting privately. Okay, traffic flows using private IPs only, no internet gateways. So internet gateway is essentially one of AWS service where you can directly have internet access using internet gateway, network address translation NAT, or a virtual private network VPN. So all of these are not required when you are using VPC peering, and it can also be intra account or inter account. What does that mean? I mean, within your account you can do it, and your account and your friend's account in AWS you can also configure the VPC peering. So why do we need VPC peering in the first place? So applications in one VPC needs a DB in another VPC. This is a standard use case where we have a database in private subnets. Okay, and for example, let's say that database can be in different VPC, and your other services, other EC2s, other services like app and web tiers can be in different VPCs. In that scenario, you can configure VPC peering in order to give the access to that database to that particular other VPCs instances like web and app instances. So we have some environmental separation, that is prod and dev. So sometimes your development team or software team does want to separate between prod environment and development environment, which is a common use case. That time also VPC peering can come in handy, and we can have a communication between the private networks. Shared services, VPC bastion and monitoring. So sometimes we create a bastion in order to connect with our private network, and we want to also monitor our private network. So also we can utilize VPC peering in that case. and low latency and secure communication. One of the major reason is you are you're not going to get to on internet in order to route to your different VPC. For example, in our case, where you have ABC and XYZ company, both companies may be using a different ISP. You don't have to go through ISP, you are going internally. So that's just a use case you want to understand. There's no such configuration in yeah, I'm talking about AWS, but I'm just going to relate this terminologies with on-prem network so that you also understand. So it also obviously have low latency because it's going private communication and it's going within and not go routing to internet and all the way to other side. Okay, so again, how VPC peering works. So peering is from one side you go in VPC and initiate a peering communication. Connection request is created. That request must be accepted on other side. Route table needs to be updated with VPC. The VPC peering routes, and security group and NACL allow traffic. So traffic needs to be allowed from your network. So limitation of AWS peering, CIDR block must not be overlap. So that means your both VPC should not have same CIDR. For example, if one VPC have 10.10.10.0/16, others should have some different subnet range. CIDR block. Hard to manage at large scale. So VPC pairing works when it's a very small setup, but if you have a large like multiple VPCs needs to be communicated within each other, we want to utilize something transist gateway or something like that. Then we have one-to-one connectivity only. So VPC A can connect with VPC B, VPC B can connect with VPC C. So one-to-one connectivity. You get the point, right? So there are alternatives that can be utilized instead of VPC pairing. One is transist gateway I just spoke about, where you can have multiple resources, multiple VPCs communicating with each other. That is hub and spoke technology design. And the problem with this is there's no problem, but there's a huge cost that we have to bear. So it's a costlier solution. Site-to-site VPN, also we can create site-to-site VPN. We can create AWS private link as well. This is for specific AWS services, like for example you want to communicate Lambda service, or you want to communicate some route 53 within for example 2 VPCs. You don't want to go on internet, you can utilize AWS private link as well. Then direct connect, that is on-prem to AWS. So from on-premises to AWS infrastructure, you can use that. Peering alternatives, we spoke about. If you have few VPCs, you can use VPC peering. If you have many VPCs, you can use transist gateway. If you have services that requires to be accessed within different VPCs, you can use private link. And on-prem connectivity, if you want to connect your on-prem to cloud, you can use VPN or direct connect. This is a demo architecture we are going to build in AWS right now, so stay tuned for that. For next 10 minutes we are going to create a VPC peering connection, and we are going to successfully ping 2 of our machines in VPC. So this is a demo architecture, and the way it goes is we are going to going on internet. Okay, so here's the internet, and we have 2 internet gateways. So internet gateways are essentially exit point for internet. So we have a VPC 1 and VPC 2. This VPC, let's call it a default VPC, and this one I created manually, so manual VPC 2. And I have created one machine using EC2 using VPC 1 just to save time, because machine creation takes few minutes. So I've already created one EC2 that is default EC2. that the name of the EC2 is default VPC EC2 and here's the IP address. And VPC2, as you can see, we have a different CIDR block for VPC2 10.10.0.0/16, and I have created one machine. Name of the machine is manual VPC EC2, and we have a private IP assigned to it. Now the challenge is these VPCs are not connected as of now, and we want to have a peering connection ongoing between them so that both of our EC2s can communicate with each other. Okay, right? So let's try to build that. We have few steps that we can follow. So create two VPCs. We already created it. Launched VPCs in launch EC2s in each VPC. So we have done that. Create a VPC pairing. Now 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this step we are gonna do. These are very simple steps. You can find videos, you can find tutorials how to create VPC and launch EC2s in those VPC. So I'm gonna skip this for this tutorial, and we are gonna directly go on AWS console and do some hands-on. Enough of the theory now. So I'll go and show you around. First I'm going to go on VPC. On VPC you can see that there are two VPCs, default VPC1 and manual VPC1 as per our diagram. Default VPC1, manual VPC1. The CIDR range for this one is this 172, starting with 172, and the other one is 10.10. series. So yeah, this is good. We are in good hands for now, and let's check for our EC2s now. So I go on EC2. We have already created two EC2s. I'm gonna select running. I have two EC2s running, and you can see that these are in different VPC. So here's a VPC ID 4095. Here is a different VPC ID 79B6. Currently there is no public IP address given to them. That means they are not going on public, but for now, for this purpose of this lab, because we want to access them via our console, we have to give them public IP. So I will change that in a while, and let's check the okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna enable the public access for this. So to check that, we can go to networking. We can see this is in default VPC, this is the subnet. So we can probably go in subnets. Okay, let's see if this subnet is already allocated to have internet access. So you can see there's a route table assigned to this subnet. I go on this route table, and on this route table I find that okay, internet is already forwarded to IGW. Everything looks good. Again, I'm going to go on EC2 back. I'll see if the IP address, public v4 IP address, is already enabled for this. So we don't see any public IP address. Go in networking, manage IP address, and as we can see, this setting was turned off. I'm going to turn it on. So this is done for instance 1. For instance 2, I'm gonna do this now. Okay, so we already have IP address. Yeah, probably we, yeah, manage IP address, assign. Everything looks good. Okay, now our step 1 is completed. We have created, we already have two EC2s running, and let's see if we can connect to these EC2s and ping each other using the private IP address. So I'm going to try to connect this VPC, EC2. So connecting to this EC2 requires, I have a mobile extreme setup already on my computer, so I'm gonna utilize that just to showcase you side by side view of both EC2s. So we are trying to connect using my key1 PEM, which is in my download folders already, so we should be able to get through. Let's check the let's check the other VPC. Okay, this is the default one. Yeah. Okay, so we were not able to connect, but no problems, we'll get through. We'll try to connect to this one. Okay, and we are able to connect. One of the reason I'm not able to connect is probably the security group is not correctly configured, so I'll go and check, because I usually harden the security group to get the connection only from my IP address. So this is the security group of. Okay, I'll go and show you around, so you can also troubleshoot if you have any issues like such. So I'm not able to get SSH for this EC2. So I click on instance ID, I go on security, and I go on the security group which is assigned here, and I can see that only Bastion can SSH. So yeah, this we can SSH, but only Bastion can SSH. Only this security group can SSH. So we close that. We choose my IP address. Okay, you may not specify IP address here, existing reference provided. Okay, just a second, we delete this. Let me cancel this. We have to enable SSH. Okay, only Bastion can SSH. That is okay. Okay. Yeah, we delete this group for now. We add a group where we say SSH custom, and we say from my IP address, and we save this rule. Now once we do that, we should be able to connect to this. So yeah, meanwhile it's loading. I'm gonna check the details. So yeah, his IP address and everything. Let me check. Let me also check my IP address. Yeah, should be my public IP address. Yeah, here is my IP address, 113.124, and we can see 113.124 is already added, and that IP address can SSH. Okay, we go back and we still see that connection is timing out. Okay, this is a excellent use case where you can try to utilize our knowledge, troubleshooting skills. So I go on EC2, the one which I'm not able to get the connection. So for the default one, I believe, yeah, so for this one I got the connection. So this is our default EC2. So let's put the host name to this EC2. Okay, we paste it. Okay, got pasted twice. Okay, just to understand. Okay, we exit it and we try to connect it again. Okay, we are good. So yeah, we have successfully renamed this. Now yeah, great. Now we want to connect with default VPC is done. Now we want to connect with manual VPC, which is not getting done. So I am going on here again. We have to go on security, manual VPC. Okay, maybe the problem here is this is in manual private, this one. So this machine was spinned up in a private subnet, which is not supposed to go on internet. But for now I'm going to add this subnet to the internet, because we cannot change subnets while the EC2 is already running, instance is already running. So I'm going to add this subnet. Okay, in routing table I'm going to give this route to internet, which there is no. We give this route to IG and we select internet. Okay, great. Now we also have added route, and now we should be seeing that we are able to connect to this. I'm hoping we have the connect. Okay, yeah, this is 34, everything looks good, and now we should be able to connect. Great, we are in, and I'll quickly make some configuration changes so that we can also see. Perfect. And if we exit out and connect back, we should be able to see our new hostname. Great. So we have manual VPC and we have default VPC. Now let's check the IP address of both VPCs. Okay, if config is not installed, no problems, we may need to install it. We copy it, paste it. Okay, no problems, we should be able to get it. Okay, now let's clear this and type in if config again. Now we have IP address. Let's try to ping IP addresses of each other. So let's ping it. Yeah, now we are able to already have the internet connection access. One of the reason why, because it's already connected. Yeah, so because I am pinging my own IP address, I have to ping the IP address of the other instance. So obviously we are missing that part. 126. Okay, we can't connect to it because of obvious reasons. So let's try to ping here as well. Okay, I'm not able to ping here as well. Okay, so pinging not working as usual because we don't have any VPC communication. Now coming back to our image, we have to create a VPC connection. So how to create that? Let's dive into it. It's very simple process. We go here, we click on we go in the VPC section, we click on peering connections. Now we can see that we had one which I deleted. Now we have to create one. So let's say YouTube peering 01, and you can have, since both of the VPCs are in my account only, so I can able to see on the same portal. But if I have to do in another account, I would have added the account ID and I would have got the option to peer VPC from another account. So I'm gonna select default VPC. Whatever you select, no problems, because we are doing A to B, B to A. So, and here you have to select the B, default and manual. If you select default, you can't select default, so you have to select manual. So this is associated with this, and this CIDR is associated and status is associated, so everything looks good. We can create a VPC peering account. Once you create it, now it says pending acceptance. How do you accept it? You select to it, you click here, you accept request, and you click on accept. Now you have successfully accepted it. Okay, now let's just check for the security groups. So security groups which is assigned to, sorry, we go here and we see security group. Let's say I go in security and here is my security group. Now let's see if I can SSH. So ICMP is allowed, so I have done that, but I have done it from the specific group, I guess. Yeah, let's do it from any IP address. Okay, you may not have specific. Let's see, let's delete this rule. we want ICMP because we want to ping it. So let's do this. Rules. Okay, yeah, it's saying that it's a security risk to do that. So we are doing it for testing purpose. Outbound, it's all good, everything is allowed, so we are good here. Now let's check the security group of the other instances. So the other instance security group, I go here, click on it, I go to security, and then I go to my security group and I check. Okay, ICMP is allowed from all IP address, so it's all good here, right? So we should be able to ping. Yeah, now I'm going to stop this and stop this as well. Okay, it's a good practice that we are not able to ping. Why? The one thing we missed is yes, so the thing we missed is we have not added the route table. We have to go and add the route table. And how do we add it? Let's check this out. We go on VPC. On VPC, you will be able to see main route table. If you don't see this option, don't worry. You can click on VPC ID. Here you will see the option main route table, and main route table we have to add we have to edit it, and we have to add the other IP address. So let's go here and select this, copy this other IP address, okay, other CIDR range. So we go here, we edit, we add route to whom we are adding route to here, and we can add a peering connection. Which is the peering connection? The one we have created, YT peering, and we save changes. We have added the route table here, but we also need to add the route table on different another VPC. So which I go to this VPC. We go on main route table, we click on this, we go edit route, we add route, and in here you can see the internet is not given already by default, which is, I don't think that's necessary, so we don't bother with that. But right now we go here, we create a peering connection, and we should be able to save it. Now we have done with the peering connection, so everything looks good here. And if we go back and stop everything and try it, even if it is not working, we have a few more parameters that we can check. So what are the parameters that we have to check? If the security group is correctly configured, which we already have tested, and we also have to check whether we have updated correct route tables. So we will just verify all of the information we did, and it's a very good opportunity that we are doing live troubleshooting here. Obviously that's a misconfiguration, but again, you can have these kind of scenarios in any infrastructure, and or in any interview you may be given some scenarios like this. Okay, so we have two VPCs, everything looks good here. We go on route table again, main route table, let's see. Okay, so the thing is, you also need to check whether the subnet is associated with that route table. So right now this is good, but is it the same thing here, subnet association? So you go here, you click on this VPC. On this VPC, on the main route table, do you see any subnet associated? That we have to check. So subnet association, let's say there's a manual public one, but have we given the private one? No. And our VPC is in private subnet. Just to show you that, okay, just to show you that, let's go here, it's in the private subnet itself. Okay, on networking part, okay, this is a default VPC, so don't worry about that. I think this one needs to be in private network. Yeah, see, manual private, and that manual private is not added here, so I'm gonna add this, save association. We should be good because our subnet was not present in route table, and that was the issue. Now you can see that I'm able to ping it. Yeah, now I'm able to ping it. my this system connection has froze. Obviously I just need to refresh the connection and we should be good here. Yeah. Okay, now you can able to see I'm able to ping here, but let me also fix this. Yeah, okay. So since we have done the changes in subnets, probably it got disconnected, but you got the idea that the connection has started now, and even if I were to able to connect this SSH, I would have gotten the connection as well. So yeah, that's the thing about VPC peering. You have to check and look for a lot of different parameters in order to get it running up and running. You have to associate subnets correctly, you have to uh, configure the peering correctly, you have to configure the NACL and security groups correctly. So yeah, stay tuned, and also for some troubleshooting videos like this, uh, follow my channel, subscribe to it, and like the video. Thank you very much.